Welcome to the 2020 Tuscarawas County Chamber of Commerce Virtual Awards Ceremony. Because of the pandemic, we aren't able to hold our annual awards banquet in person, but we want to recognize many of the businesses and people who make our community so special. I'm Scott Robinson, president of the Tuscarawas County Chamber of Commerce, and it's my privilege to talk with you about some of our honorees this year. Our next award is the highest individual award that we present, and I can't think of a more deserving recipient than Carmel Haueter. She is the newly retired executive director of the Rainbow Connection, and Carmel is with us today. First, let me say congratulations.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you for everything. Thank you for all your help over the last 22 years. You were the first one on board to give me a little bit of guidance when I took the job, and I want you to know how much I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. And I could tell when I called you to give you the news, you were just a little bit surprised.
I was extremely surprised. I never thought I would be included in with this group. I was overwhelmed a little bit, to tell you the truth. I've been so happy in my career over all these years, and the friendships that I developed. I never expected an award like this.
So tell us a little bit about some of your best moments as executive director of the Rainbow Connection.
Some of my best moments is when I took the job. I was completely green, as anyone else would be, but I had great support. I had Ed Limbaugh, I had Bill Wakasak, I had people like you step up to guide me. When you take a job as big as the Rainbow Connection, you need a little bit of help. My biggest accomplishments over the years is what we've done for children, be it a walker, a stander, a chair that they could sit in, all the communication boards, hearing devices, all of the electronics that we bought for children that helped develop the best that they could be. And that's how I've always looked at it. It's the best that they could be. And the best thing about all that equipment we purchased over the years, they're in the classroom with their peer group. When I took this job, everyone, if you were hearing impaired, visually impaired, whatever extra help you needed, you were separated out. So you were the kid leaving the room and then coming back into the room. I hated that. So when that electronic stuff started getting updated as we went along, communication boards used to look like an organ, and now they're an iPad. So that was the biggest difference, from big desktop computers to an iPad or a laptop. So the children were no longer separated out. Sensory rooms, the Rainbow Connection, I think, has done a sensory room for every school building in the county. They are so important. You don't know until a child needs something like that. Sensory rooms are based on if a child needs to be calmed down a little bit or maybe motivated to join in with the others. I love sensory rooms. Everybody thinks the biggest thing the Rainbow Connection did was the baseball field for the Challenger League, and I am proud of that. It was a huge undertaking, unbelievable huge. But all the other things add up to that or more because of helping individual children. We did the electronic whiteboards in school classes. It was just, to me, amazing how all of that have helped children. I've seen children now, because I'm old, I've seen children start out that they can't read, see, comprehend, to working out in the field. I've had children that we've helped over the years that then volunteer for the telethon. So that's my greatest accomplishment, to see children grow up and be the best they could be.
So, this award is kind of all-encompassing for not just what you've done as an employee of an organization, but what you've done for the community. And you're involved in a lot of different things, from Dover Rotary to helping with the chamber. And why don't you list some of those for us so everybody knows?
The best, I've been a Rotarian for a long time, and I truly believe in Rotary. And Dover Rotary is for literacy. So we help children read. And that's what I'm all about, is what we could do for kids. And that's why Dover Rotary has always been important to me. But of course, I was Dover Rotary president during the pandemic, which is so comical. It was our 100th anniversary. We were going to have all these plans and hoopla, and we couldn't even meet. Nobody will have us. No one will host a group like Dover Rotary. So that was my big illustrious year as Rotary president. And I said, don't give me a gift. I'm just going to walk away quietly, please. And as far as the chamber, at one time I was so involved in the chamber ambassador committee. Those were great days. I mean, you meet some of the best people in our community just by being on the ambassador. I'm saying that so people get involved with the Chamber of Commerce. You make connections, you make friends, lifelong friends. And I love being involved in that. But, I volunteered for every organization there is. I used to be a server for the Dante's Hospice spaghetti dinners. I was the worst, but I did it every year. From the time I took your order till the time I got to the kitchen, I couldn't remember what you said. So you pretty much got whatever I thought you should get. It was just so much fun. I won the most tips a couple of years, which was really fun because I said my lack of ability should not be held against my tipping. Because it all goes to hospice, and that made me even earn more tips. One guy felt so sorry for me, he gave me a $50 bill, so I'm sure that put me over the top that day. Just things like that. I've helped personal and family counseling. I was the auctioneer for one of their galas. I was horrible at that also. But we raised a lot of money because I just pointed my finger at people and told them what I thought they should donate. And I think I scared them enough that they donated big money for the items. And it was fun. And I love helping as best I can. Even with my church, as far as being on committees for my church, I like being involved, and that's what I do.
Perfect example of why you're a Hall of Famer. And I'd like to present you with this plaque.
Aww.
And it says, Tuscarawas County Chamber of Commerce 2020 Hall of Fame, Carmel Haueter, in recognition of your long-term commitment to Tuscarawas County through your leadership and financial support of many nonprofit and civic organizations. You made Tuscarawas County a better place to live and to work.
I'm humbled. You know that.
Well, congratulations
Thank
again,
you.
and we appreciate you being here today. Carmel Haueter, our Tuscarawas County Chamber of Commerce 2020 Hall of Famer. And for the Chamber, I'm Scott Robinson. The Tuscarawas County Chamber of Commerce would like to thank the following sponsors for their help in presenting this year's virtual awards celebration. Atwood Lake Boats, Alt Care, Altman, Buckeye Career Center, Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital, the Commercial and Savings Bank, Community Mental Health Care, the First National Bank of Denison, McInturf Realty, Morden Neanthal Inc., Ohio Means Jobs Tuscarawas County, Triple S Energy Management, and Truck Sales and Service.